We're good?
Yeah, should be good.
Great. Good evening and welcome. Tonight is Wednesday, July 22nd. This is our first regular meeting for the Mililani-Waipi'o-Melemanu Neighborhood Board number 25 for the 2026-2027 term. I'd like to invite you all to please stand if you're able so that we can recite the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you everyone for being here in person as well as online. This is a friendly reminder for some review of public notice. This is a hybrid meeting. That means that this meeting is being held both in person here at Mililani High School's cafeteria. Normally we meet at Mililani High School's H building. We had to relocate to this facility tonight. Future meetings will be occurring back in the H building. So thank you for accommodating us, and thank you to Mililani High School for making that change. Friendly reminder to those who are attending, please raise your hand for board members as well as for members of the public. That applies for people here online and in person, so that I may recognize you and we can conduct an orderly meeting within respect and decorum. Without further ado, I'd like to recognize our neighborhood assistant Braxton so that he could perform the roll call and we can establish quorum. Thank you.
When I call your name, please say aye. Carmody.
Present online.
Oh, thank you. Flores. Thank you. Freed.
Present.
Thank you. Gustafson.
Present online.
Thank you. Inouye. Thank you. Ka'anehe. Thank you. Ka'apanaaki.
Present online.
Thank you. Kim. Thank you. Kennard.
Was that Kennard? Present online, if so.
Oh, thank you. Kupuka'a. She is absent. Okay, thank you. Darsha Lee. Not here. Marilyn.
Here.
Thank you. Nagamine.
Here.
Thank you. Alex.
Present.
Thank you. Catherine Ozawa.
Present online.
Thank you. Park.
Present online.
Thank you. Rana. Rana is absent. Okay. Ross.
Present online.
Thank you. Segura.
Present online.
Thank you. Smart.
Present.
Thank you. Emil.
Present.
Thank you. And Williams. Williams. Williams is absent. All right. There are a total of 18 board members present. You guys have quorum.
Okay, thank you, Braxton. Okay, next up on our agenda, we're going to hit agenda item number 2, the election of officers, members of the board. Because this is the beginning regular meeting for our 2026-2027 term. We need to re-elect officers for this meeting and future meetings to conduct business for the rest of the evening. Is there a nomination for chair? Trevor.
I would like to nominate Danielle Bass to continue as chair.
Thank you. Are there any other nominations for chair? No second is required for nominations, members. Are there any other nominations? Please raise your hand. Seeing and hearing none, I accept the nomination. Thank you so much. And Braxton, we must conduct a roll call.
Yeah, we'll still have to do a roll call vote.
All right, over to you.
All right, roll call vote for chair. Only nominee being Daniel Bess. Starting with, or just say I, no, or abstain. Starting with Rana. Rana is not here. Catherine Ozawa.
Aye.
Thank you.
Are you having?
Harmony.
Aye.
Thank you. Inouye. Thank you. Flores.
Aye.
Thank you. Freed. Thank you. Gustafson.
Aye.
Thank you. Ka'anehe. Thank you. Ka'apanaaki.
Aye.
Thank you. Kim. Thank you. Kupuka'a. Okay. No answer. Darshali.
Aye, and also present at the meeting
Oh, okay. Thank you. Thank you.
and the chat.
Marilyn Lee.
Aye.
Thank you. Nagamine.
Aye.
Thank you. Alex Ozawa. Thank you. Park.
Aye.
Thank you. Ross.
Aye.
Thank you. Segura.
Aye.
Thank you. Smart.
Aye.
Thank you. Emil.
Aye.
Thank you. Kennard.
Aye.
Thank you. Williams. Okay, Williams not here still. And then Bass.
Aye.
Thank you.
Braxton, I see Rudy Rana in the chat.
Oh, okay. Rudy, did you have or voting for the chair? I know or abstain. Rana. Oh, they vote. Okay. Well, I'm checking the chat. I for Bass. Okay. All right. With 21 ayes and 0 no's and 0 abstains, Daniel Bass is the neighborhood board chair for Mililani-Waipi'o-Melemanu.
Mahalo, Braxton. Mahalo, members. Thank you for the opportunity. We're going to move on to the nomination of vice chair. Are there any nominations for vice chair? Okay, a nomination from Ed Flores for Trevor Nagamine. We have Ozawas here, but there is no relation to my understanding. So for Trevor Nagamine, thank you, Ed. Are there any other nominations for vice chair members? Seeing and hearing none. Trevor, do you accept?
Yes, I accept the nomination.
Okay, Braxton for the vote.
All right. Roll call vote for vice chair. Only nominee will be Trevor Nagamine. Starting with Rana. Okay. Thank you, Rana, for saying aye. Catherine Ozawa.
Aye.
Thank you. Carmody.
Aye.
Thank you. Inouye. Thank you. Flores. Thank you. Freed. Thank you. Gustafson.
Aye.
Thank you. Ka'anehe. Thank you. Kapanaaki.
Aye. Aye.
Thank you. Kim. Thank you. Kupuka'a. Yeah, Kupuka'a is still not here. Darshali.
Aye.
Thank you. Marilyn Lee.
Aye.
Thank you. Nagamine.
Aye.
Thank you. Ozawa or Alex Ozawa. Thank you. Park.
Aye.
Thank you. Ross.
Aye.
Thank you. Segura.
Aye.
Thank you. Smart.
Aye.
Thank you. Emil.
Aye.
Thank you. Kennard.
Aye.
Thank you. Williams. Williams is still not here. And then Bass.
Aye.
Thank you. All right. So the vote came out to 21 ayes, 0 noes, and 0 abstains. Trevor Nagamine is now the vice chair for Mililani-Waipi'o Neighborhood Board.
Thank you, members. We're going to move right along. And congratulations, Trevor. Nagamine, not Ozawa. Okay. We're going to move on to the role of secretary. At this point in time, are there any nominations for secretary for this board? Trevor?
I'd like to nominate Sabrina Gustafson for secretary.
Sabrina Gustafson has been nominated for secretary. Are there any other nominations for secretary for this board? Seeing and hearing none, the nominations are now closed. Sabrina, do you accept the nomination?
I accept the nomination.
Okay, Sabrina Gustafson has accepted the nomination. Over to Braxton for the vote.
Roll call vote for secretary of the Mililani-Waipi'o Board, the only nominee being Sabrina Gustafson. Starting off with Rana. Thank you, Rana. Catherine Ozawa.
Aye.
Thank you.
Aye.
Carmody.
Aye. Aye.
Thank you. Inouye. Thank you. Flores. Thank you. Freed.
Aye.
Thank you. Gustafson.
Abstain.
Thank you. Ka'anehe. Thank you. Kapanaaki.
Yes.
Thank you. Kim. Thank you. Kupuka'a. Kupuka'a is still not here. Darshali.
Aye.
Thank you. Marilyn Lee. Thank you. Nagamine.
Aye. Or
Thank
yes.
you. Thank you. Thank you. Alex Ozawa. Thank you. Park.
Aye.
Thank you. Ross.
Aye.
Thank you. Segura.
Yes.
Thank you. Smart. Thank you. Emil.
Aye.
Thank you. Kennard.
Aye.
Thank you. Williams. Williams not here. Bass.
Aye.
Thank you. With 20 ayes, 0 noes, and 1 abstain, Sabrina Gustafson is the secretary for the Mililani-Waipi'o Neighborhood Board.
Congratulations, Sabrina. Okay, last but not least, next up, we will be nominating for the position of treasurer for this board. At this point in time, members, are there any nominations for treasurer? Trevor.
I'd like to nominate Ed Flores to be treasurer.
Ed Flores, do you accept? Nomination for Ed Flores for treasurer has been moved and accepted. Are there any other nominations for the position of treasurer? Okay, seeing and hearing none, the nominations are now closed. Braxton for the vote.
Roll call vote for treasurer for the Mililani-Waipi'o Board, starting off with Rana. Oh, thank you, Rana. First. Catherine Ozawa.
Aye.
Thank you. Carmody.
Aye.
Thank you. Inouye. Thank you. Flores.
Aye.
Thank you. Freed.
Aye.
Thank you. Gustafson.
Aye.
Thank you. Ka'anehe. Thank you. Ka'apanaaki.
Yes.
Thank you. Kim. Thank you. Kupuka'a. Not here. Darsha Lee.
Aye.
Thank you. Marilyn Lee.
Yes.
Thank you. Nagamine.
Aye.
Thank you. Alex Ozawa. Thank you. Park.
Aye.
Thank you. Ross.
Aye.
Thank you. Segura.
Aye.
Thank you. Smart. Thank you. Emo.
Aye.
Thank you. Kennard.
Aye.
Thank you. Williams. Okay. Williams is not here still. Bass.
Aye.
Thank you. All right. With 21 ayes, 0 noes, and 0 abstains, Ed Flores is the treasurer for Mililani-Waipi'o Neighborhood Board.
Congratulations, Ed. Okay, thank you, members. Thank you, members of the audience. We can now conduct business as a neighborhood board. So next up, it is now 7:18, and we're going to go right into monthly reports. First up, Honolulu Fire Department. Come on down.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Captain Marrero from the Mililani Fire Station. Here are the statistics for the month of June. We had 1 structure fire, 12 activated alarms without fires, 64 medical emergencies, 1 motor vehicle collision with a pedestrian, 2 motor vehicle crashes. The fire safety tip for the month pertains to hiking safety. Popular summer activities often include hiking our beautiful island trails. Here are some helpful tips to ensure you enjoy your adventure safely. Plan ahead. Choose a trail that is within your skill and stamina level. Visit www.hawaiitrails.org for more information about official trails. Check the weather. Remember to factor the rain, wind, and swell forecast. Stay on the trail. Never leave the trail or endanger yourself for a photo. Bring a buddy. Ensure someone knows your plans. Watch the time. Ensure you can return home before it gets dark. Thank you. Are there any questions?
Thank you so much. Members of the board, members of the public, are there any questions for Honolulu Fire Department this evening? Please raise your hand. Okay, seeing and hearing none. Oh, no, that's my hand. That's it.
Thank you.
Thank you. Next up, HPD, come on down. We got to get that like music going.
Good evening. Lieutenant Romel Baisa with the Honolulu Police Department, Waiho Police Station. Reporting for statistics for the last 30 days in the Mililani area, we had 1 assault case, 3 burglary cases, 0 robberies, 4 car break-ins, unauthorized entry into motor vehicles, and 770 calls for service. Throughout the district, which covers Mililani, North Shore, and Wahiawa, we issued 549 parking citations, 598 traffic infractions, 87 traffic crimes, and 94 criminal citations. We also made 89 arrests in the last 30 days with 164 charges. For our safety tips, we noticed an increase in the number of car break-ins. So safety tips is based on that. When you guys are out shopping, when you park, please hide your valuables, hide or remove them. The thieves also window shop, so they literally look into your windows and shop for items inside, especially valuable ones. However, they don't limit themselves to valuable items. They also look for what may seem worthless to you. They'll use that as an excuse to break your window and break in and look for other stuff. Yeah. Lock up and utilize technology. Alarms nowadays is pretty much stock on just about every vehicle. Please use them. However, also double check. So make sure you guys physically check the car. And then also park smart, especially in the dark and at nighttime, park in bright areas and well-trafficked areas. When you're at home, of course, park in your garage or in your driveway. If not, try to park where your security camera could catch, or motion sensor lights would help out. Okay, thank you.
Members of the board, members of the public, are there any questions for Honolulu Police Department this evening? Please raise your hand. Wow, nobody has questions.
That's amazing. Yeah. Is it the band? Well, what is it?
I think it's the change of location.
I-
Everybody's
yeah.
sitting up.
We should do this more often.
Thank you so
Thank you
much.
so
Have
much.
a good night.
Good night. Be safe.
Okay, next up we have U.S. Army Combat Aviation Brigade 25th Infantry Division. Do we have a representative online tonight? Seeing none, we're going to move on. Next up, we have Honolulu Board of Water Supply. Kathleen Pahinui is here with us tonight. Welcome.
Aloha, Chair. Congratulations, board and board members. Happy. Oh, I wish I could be happy. 95 Leva Nu'u Place. We had a 4-inch main break on June 22nd. And then the announcement for the month is we are having our annual plant sale on Saturday, August 1st at Alava Xeriscape Garden. It's a great opportunity to look over what people are selling in the way of non-thirsty plants, which we highly support. And the hours are from 9 to 1, and we will have a little shuttle so you can park over by the industrial area by where the DFM yard is, and we'll have a little shuttle there and bring you down and take you back. So last month, board member, and excuse me if I don't pronounce your name correctly, Serverchina. All right. Asked about heavy water. So this is our response. Heavy water, or deuterium oxide, D2O, is a form of water where the standard hydrogen atoms are replaced by deuterium, a heavier isotope of hydrogen. It is not radioactive and safe to drink in small quantities. Heavy water occurs naturally in normal water, which contains about 0.015% of heavy water. This means only about 1 out of every 6,700 water molecules in nature is a heavy water molecule. EPA does not regulate or require testing for heavy water, and for this reason, it is not reported in the water quality reports. Thank you. Any questions?
Thank you, Kathleen. Members of the board, members of the public, are there any questions for the Honolulu Board of Water Supply this evening? Marilyn, go ahead.
Thank you, Madam Leader. Thanks for being here, Kathleen.
Thank you.
I had a question. The whole mainland is having a problem with this gastrointestinal illness. Is there any chance that our supply could areas such as that?
I mean, anything's possible,
virus.
but we have a closed pressurized system and we put chlorine in the water at the before we put the water into the distribution system to prevent those kinds of things from happening. The only way that would happen is if a reservoir ran dry and we started backflow wasn't working, we could start sucking in water from other sources, or if we had a rupture that allowed stuff to get into the pipe. And then we still flush and do everything we need to do.
Thank you. Well, so for the people who grow vegetables and wash them, are there any regulations that, determine, what they can wash with?
Yeah, there's something called FSMA. Don't ask me what it stands for, but it came into effect from the federal government, and it's all about having fresh potable water to wash and prep your vegetables. So it is, and that's regulated by the Department of Health.
Okay, well, thank you very much, because
Thank you.
it's a concern. Thank you, Madam Chair.
Thank you. Members of the board, members of the public, are there any further questions for Honolulu Board of Water Supply tonight? Please raise your hand. All right, seeing none. Thanks so much, Kathleen.
Have a great evening.
Okay. Our next agenda item under monthly reports is a standing agenda item for the State of Hawaii School Facilities Authority. However, we're going to recess that monthly report. They have a larger presentation later on in this agenda. So we're going to move on to agenda item number 4, the presentation of Community Service Awards. But before we get to that, on agenda item number 4, presenting or recognizing and honoring Senator Michelle N. Kidani for her 18 years of dedicated service in the Hawaii State Senate to the Mililani community, and expressing sincere appreciation to her hardworking and devoted staff. Before we get to that, I'd really like to recognize and mahalo the many members of the team who actually made this happen. First and foremost, I really want to thank Ann Freed, our board member. This was her, members, if you recall, this was her suggestion in our June meeting during Senator Kidani's final presentation that our vice chair has made. And I thought that was such a great idea. And because Trevor has been such a long-standing presenter for Senator Kidani's office, I thought not only should we honor Senator Kidani, as Ann suggested and recommended, but we honor the entire staff. This is a bit of an unprecedented honoring. I poured through 20 years of our neighborhood board's history over the last few days, and we haven't really had an opportunity as neighborhood board number 25 to really recognize and honor our legislators. In fact, the last legislator, long-term serving legislator we really did honor was Marilyn Lee in 2012 after her general election, which 1 month later, she joined this neighborhood board. So Michelle, heads up. Apparently that's the precedent. So we'll see you, but kidding. So just wanted to start off with the thanks to Ann for this suggestion. I also want to recognize our Community Service Awards Chair, Josie Ka'anehe, who put in lots of hours putting these certificates together, and there are quite a few of them. And finally, I do want to thank our Neighborhood Commission Office Executive Secretary Lloyd Yonenaka, Braxton Cristobal, our neighborhood assistant, our previous neighborhood assistant, folks, you might remember Rachel. She also pitched in on this one, as well as the Mililani-Mauka neighborhood board assistant, Dylan Buck. So it was quite the team to get this all taken off and lifted off. So I'm very grateful for the many hands to get this together and the real teamwork that it took. There are many certificates here tonight, and there are many staff. So looking at these certificates, I thought it was most fitting, Senator, if you will allow that, to recognize the staff first. Also, her certificate is very long, so we're going to get through that. But first, what I'd like to do is recognize the staff. So when I say your name, please stand up and keep standing so that we can all recognize you. And first off, we have Lisa Barnett. Please stand, Lisa. So for the record, I'm going to read this into the record for you. The Mililani-Waipi'o-Melemanu Neighborhood Board number 25 presents this certificate of recognition and appreciation to Lisa Barnett, who served as committee clerk for the Senate Committee on Education from 2022 to 2026, bringing professionalism, experience, and dedication to the work of the Senate Vice President, Michelle Kidani. Her service supported landmark education initiatives, including Act 156, establishing Hawaii's first harm to student registry, and Act 139, expanding access to free school meals while protecting students from lunch shaming. Her outstanding public service is sincerely appreciated. Thank you, Lisa. So you can go ahead and sit, and afterwards, when we read all the certificates, what we'll do is we'll present lays and recess the meeting and take photos, okay? But I do want this entered in the record for all of you. Next up, we have Denisha Honda. The Mililani-Waipi'o-Melemanu Neighborhood Board number 25 presents this certificate of recognition and appreciation to you, Denisha. You served as a legislative aide beginning in 2018 and as office manager from 2019 to 2026 for Senate Vice President Michelle Kidani. Her professionalism, leadership, and dedication supported the passage of landmark legislation, including the Menstrual Equality Act and Act 242, advancing educational equity and student well-being throughout Hawaii. Her outstanding service to the Hawaii State Senate is sincerely appreciated. Mahalo, Denisha. Next, we have Rihanna Ramos. The Mililani-Waipi'o-Melemanu Neighborhood Board number 25 presents this certificate of recognition and appreciation to you, Rihanna. You joined Senate Vice President Michelle Kidani's office as legislative session staff in 2025 and later became a permanent member of the team. As communications and community liaison, you strengthened community engagement and coordinated the annual student showcase during the Legislative Education Week. Your service also supported the passage of Act 240, honoring veterans through the awarding of high school diplomas. Your dedication to public service is sincerely appreciated. Mahalo. Next up, we have Arlen Redoble. The Mililani-Waipi'o-Melemanu Neighborhood Board number 25 presents the certificate of recognition and appreciation to you. You joined the Senate Vice President Michelle Kidani's office as a summer intern in 2025 and returned as a legislative session staff in 2026. Your enthusiasm for public service, commitment to helping constituents like us, and desire to learn the legislative process quickly distinguished you as a valued member of the team. We commend your dedication and wish you every success as you pursue a future in public service. Mahalo. Next, we have Mary Murrow. The Mililani-Waipi'o-Melemanu Neighborhood Board number 25 presents the certificate of recognition and appreciation to you, Mary. You served as community and constituent liaison from 2023 to 2024, making a lasting impact through your dedication to public service. You organized the first statewide student showcase during Education Week at the Hawaii State Capitol, bringing together students, schools, and educational partners from across Hawaii. Your dedicated service to the people of Hawaii and Mililani are sincerely appreciated. Mahalo. Next, we have Park Kalea Vahea. Park, the Mililani-Waipi'o-Melemanu Neighborhood Board 25 presents this certificate of recognition and appreciation to you. In recognition of your exceptional service and steadfast dedication to Senator Michelle Kidani and the entire Hawaii State Senate. From serving as Senator Kidani's very first office manager from 2009 to 2012, your continued leadership as Deputy Sergeant at Arms of the Hawaii State Senate since 2016, your professionalism, integrity, and commitment have contributed immeasurably to the success of the Hawaii State Senate and the people of Hawaii and Mililani. Your years of loyal public service are sincerely appreciated and gratefully recognized. Mahalo. Next, we have Trevor Nagamine. I'll give him a minute. Trevor Nagamine, Nadozawa. Feel like I'm branding that for you. Okay, the Mililani-Waipi'o-Melemanu Neighborhood Board number 25 presents this certificate in recognition and appreciation to you, Trevor. You have faithfully served as Senator Michelle Kidani's legislative session staff from 2009 to 2016, demonstrating dedication and professionalism. Even after leaving her office, Trevor continued supporting Senate Vice President Michelle Kidani by presenting and following up on her monthly reports to our Mililani-Waipi'o-Melemanu Neighborhood Board, maintaining a strong connection between the Hawaii State Legislature and this community all the way up until her retirement. Mahalo, Trevor. The final staff person is Will Kane. Will, the Mililani-Waipi'o-Melemanu Neighborhood Board number 25 presents this certificate of recognition and appreciation to you. You have served as Senator Michelle Kidani's committee clerk from 2011 to 2014 during her tenure as the vice chair of the Senate Committee on Ways and Means. Your professionalism, dedication, and countless hours of service supported all of the capital improvement projects here in this district, legislative negotiations, and budget deliberations. Your unwavering commitment to the Hawaii State Senate is sincerely appreciated and gratefully recognized by this community. Mahalo, Will. Okay, excuse me. There are two more members of Senator Kidani's staff who could not attend tonight's event, but we will be submitting certificates since they are not here with us tonight. So please, let's give a round of applause to Joan and Jim Menke. Now for the main event. Senator Kidani, would you please stand? It's going to be long, okay? Stretch. Senator Michelle Kidani, the Mililani-Waipi'o-Melemanu Neighborhood Board number 25 proudly presents this certificate of appreciation to you, the Honorable Senator Michelle N. Kidani. In profound gratitude and recognition of your extraordinary leadership, unwavering dedication, and lifetime of service to the people of Hawaii. A proud Kanaka Maoli and graduate of Governor Wallace Ryder Farrington High School. We won't blame you for that. This is a Trojan. You're lucky Fred's not here. Where you excelled as a member of the track, swimming, and volleyball teams, you began your career at Dole Cannery before serving in the law office of Robert Botts and later with the Hawaiian Telephone Company. After making Mililani Town your home in 1975, You coached Bobby Sox softball during the 1970s and devoted yourself to strengthening your community. Actually, that went into the 80s and 90s because I was 7 and I'm not that old. So you were in Bobby Sox went back in the 90s as well. Since 1995, you have faithfully served on the board of directors of the Mililani Town Association, Hawaii's largest homeowners association, becoming its longest serving member and helping guide the governance and quality of life for thousands of Mililani Town and Mililani-Mauka residents. Your commitment to public service began with 7 years served on this Mililani-Waipi'o-Melemanu Neighborhood Board number 25. Then 3 years working as the executive assistant for the Neighborhood Commission Office, and has continued through more than 3 decades of dedicated leadership. Throughout your distinguished career in the Hawaii State Senate, you served 4 years as vice chair of the Senate Committee on Ways and Means, 10 years as chair of the Senate Committee on Education, later returning as its vice chair, and ultimately as the Senate Vice President. Your steadfast leadership reflected an unwavering belief that every child in Hawaii deserves access to quality education and every family deserves the opportunity to succeed. Your vision secured funding for transformational projects, including the continued development of the University of Hawaii West Oahu campus, the University of Hawaii at Hilo Daniel K. Inouye College of Pharmacy, the hundreds of millions of dollars in improvements to public school facilities throughout Hawaii, as well as this Mililani High School and all of our Mililani schools. You were instrumental in creating the School Facilities Authority and the Alternative Learning Programs Support and Services Initiative, the Papahana o Kaiona, providing life-changing educational opportunities for students and families. Your legislative legacy includes landmark laws that have strengthened education, protected Hawaii's keiki, and improved the lives of countless families. These include the Menstrual Equality Act, Act 113-2022, providing free menstrual hygiene products in all public schools across Hawaii, the Harm to Students Registry, Act 156, Session Laws 2024, establishing Hawaii's first statewide registry to enhance student safety, the Free School Meal Expansion, Act 139, Session Laws of Hawaii 2025, ensuring that more children have access to nutritious meals while protecting students from lunch shaming, and the Veterans High School Diploma Act, Act 240, Session Laws of Hawaii 2026, honoring veterans whose education was interrupted by military service. Your integrity, compassion, humility, and steadfast commitment to public education, community service, and the people of Hawaii have left an enduring legacy that will inspire future generations of leaders. With the deepest appreciation and heartfelt gratitude of this Mililani-Waipi'o-Melemanu Neighborhood Board number 25, we honor you and your exceptional lifetime of service and congratulate you on your well-earned retirement from the Hawaii State Legislature, Hawaii State Senate. May your legacy of leadership, aloha, and service continue to inspire generations to come. Mahalo. Okay, so typically when we have these certificates and honorings, we now recess the meeting so that members of the board can present the honorees with the certificates and leis. So with that, it is 7:44. Our meeting is now recessed. Okay. It is 8 o'clock and we are gaveling back in to continue this regular meeting agenda. And we mahalo Senator Kidani and her staff for that wonderful presentation. They have now left, and thank you for attending. Next, we're going to move on to the next agenda item, which is a presentation from Sherry Nakamura of the Hawaii School Facilities Authority. She's going to be providing a report on the final environmental assessment, which is filed with the state, and an update on the State of Hawaii School Facilities Authority Teacher Workforce Housing Project here at Mililani High School. Without further ado, go ahead, Sherry.
Good evening, everyone. We do have a presentation, and I know it's a bit awkward because of the way you're situated, but if you could turn your attention to the screen and follow the slides, that will be helpful. And I think we can start from that very first page. That's great. Okay. So good evening, Chair Bass and members of the Mililani-Waipi'o Neighborhood Board. It's nice to see everyone again. I'm Sherry Nakamura with the Hawaii School Facilities Authority, or SFA. Just keep on that slide. I'm going to provide an update, as Chair Bass mentioned, of the final environmental assessment, or EA, and where we are in this Mililani Teacher Workforce Project. Next slide. Before I begin, SFA and our development partner, Pacific Housing Assistance Corporation, would like to sincerely thank everyone who participated in the EA process. We recognize that this project had a challenging start, and one of the most important lessons we learned is the value of listening to the community and working collaboratively. I'd especially like to thank the members of this board. We appreciate not only the board's participation, but also the individual board members who took the time to review the draft EA and submit thoughtful comments. Your feedback played an important role in shaping the final EA. Every comment we received was carefully reviewed and considered before the final EA was completed. Later this evening, our EA and traffic consultants will provide a summary of comments we received and explain how they were addressed, as well as answer questions you might have. We're also proud to have completed both the final EA and the traffic impact assessment while remaining on schedule. Next slide. We would like to remind everyone why we are building educator workforce housing. Simply put, one of the biggest challenges facing Hawaii's public schools is recruiting and retaining teachers. We continue to hear from educators that housing costs are one of the main reasons they choose not to come to Hawaii, or why they eventually leave or leave the profession altogether. This project is intended to help address that challenge by providing teacher workforce housing opportunities for our educators. When we can recruit and retain excellent teachers, our students benefit, our schools are stronger, and our communities are stronger. Next slide. To give you some context, the following slide highlights some of the recruitment and retention challenges we are facing as a state. The data is based on feedback from DOE teachers who responded to a DOE survey. Half of all new teachers leave the profession within their first 5 years of teaching. About 40% may leave the profession because of housing affordability challenges, and 70% of educators who do not own homes said that they would consider moving into educator workforce rental housing. Next slide. DOE data also show that among teachers who are at risk of leaving the profession, 75% said they would remain in the profession if rental housing were available, and slightly more than half indicated they would likely sign a lease for educator workforce housing. So taken together, these data suggest that if we build teacher workforce housing, the demand will absolutely be there. Next slide. This chart is from the same DOE survey that showed Mililani ranked at the top of the list for desired workforce housing locations. If you think about it, Mililani is very convenient for teachers because it's centrally located. Not only could they live and teach in the surrounding area, but they could also commute pretty easily to the North Shore, Ewa, Leeward Coast, and even Honolulu. So we're really thrilled that our first project, is in Mililani. Next slide. I would like to briefly revisit the site layout before we move into the project updates. This slide shows how the proposed building is positioned on the Mililani High School campus. And I think you can recognize where we are and where it is. Next slide. This is the current site plan. It shows the placement of the residential buildings, the courtyard, parking, and landscape areas. It also shows the outline. It's in the green above the housing area of the proposed replacement parking. Next slide. We know that community members have been asking about the replacement parking. This slide shows the location of the proposed replacement parking area and how it will be accessed. You can see the entrance and the line to the parking. Traffic circulation and safe access have been key considerations throughout the planning process. I also want to take this time to say that we understand that traffic remains a concern for the community, and we have heard requests regarding both a left turn out of the housing parking lot and possibly of access through the school's signalized entrance. Ensuring safety of students, future residents, and the surrounding community is a top priority for us, too. We continue to work closely with the Department of Education as the landowner, our development partner, Pacific Housing Assistance Corporation, and our transportation consultants to evaluate options and identify solutions that appropriately balance resident access, roadway safety, and the operational needs of both the project and surrounding area. Next slide, please. So where are we today? The project now has an official name, Ku'melewai-Hale, and you can see a more detailed explanation of this name and where it came from on our website. The final EA has been completed and published. Pacific Housing is now preparing to move into the building permit application process. If everything proceeds as anticipated, construction could begin in the third quarter of 2027. Construction is expected to take approximately 2 years, with completion targeted for the second quarter of 2029. And following that, we'll begin preparing the building for occupancy, with educators expected to move in the third quarter of 2029. Next slide. So that concludes my presentation. We have our EA and traffic engineering consultants available today to address any questions you may have. I would like to introduce Vince Shigekuni and Greg Nakai from PBR, and Barry Muranaka, Jefferson Young, and Ming Ding from ACOM. Vince, I'll turn it over to you.
Thank you. Good evening, board members. We do have a presentation, and if Greg Nakai can be allowed to share his screen, it'll be very short. All it is summarizing the number of comments we received and summarizing the comments that we received from the neighborhood board that affected the final environmental assessment. Thanks, Greg.
Thank you. Good evening, Chair and members of the board. My name is Greg Nakai with PBR Hawaii. So this slide shows the project area located on the campus, the southwest corner of the campus. Just a brief overview of the environmental assessment process. The draft EA was published on January 23rd of this year, which initiated a 30-day public review period, which ended on February 23rd of this year. And then the final EA and finding of no significant impact was published on May 23rd. This table shows just a list of the various agencies and individuals who provided comments during the draft EA public review period. There are 6 state agencies that commented: the Department of Defense, Department of Education, Department of Health, Clean Air Branch, the Wastewater Branch, Department of Transportation, Highways Division, and the Office of Planning and Sustainable Development, OPSD. City and county agencies included the Department of Design and Construction, Department of Environmental Services, Facility Maintenance, Planning and Permitting, the Honolulu Fire Department, and this neighborhood board. The utilities, the only utility that provided a comment during this period was HECO, and 4 individuals also provided comments for a total of 17 comments that were received. Some revisions were made to the EA to address the public review comments. So relevant comments from the public review period were incorporated into the body of the final EA, which included a description of the DOE covered play court project, which was added to section 1.3 of the EA. The cultural impact assessment added one more participant. The transportation impact assessment report, or TIAR, was updated in response to comments, and it will also be updated 1 year after occupancy. The description of U-turn volumes was added to the TIAR and to the EA. And in response to comments, multiple comments, a new section 4.2.4 regarding parking was added with a new figure 5B showing the location of the proposed relocated parking. In response to the neighborhood board's comments, so the neighborhood board provided comments on 7 topic areas. The first was the transportation impact assessment report. So as I mentioned, the TIR was updated. The updates included study intersections, the traffic counts, U-turn volumes, the issue of adding a traffic signal, and also multimodal strategies. In response to the question, Hawaii DOT and DTS had reviewed the EA and the TIR, and the relocated parking site was identified in the TIR. The second area was project cost and infrastructure. So we provided our responses to that. Residential workforce need, equity, and accessibility. The housing demand was discussed in section 2.1 and appendix D of the EA. Information on estimated rents, tenant eligibility, and prioritization will be shared separately from the EA when the project financing is determined. And the project will follow all ADA requirements, and the plans will be reviewed by TCAB. Regarding site planning, safety, and school operations, the EA addressed that the project would be separated by a perimeter fence and secured entries. And the project's property manager will coordinate with the school for events, such as the weekly farmers markets and other sporting events. Regarding property management, security, community interface, there will be a live-in manager, compliance administration, and maintenance staff. Alternatives and cumulative effects were addressed in section 7.1 of the EA. And finally, Pacific Housing will coordinate with property management to develop ongoing good neighbor practices for operations, repair and maintenance, and community collaboration. That concludes the brief presentation. Mahalo.
So this is Vincent again, and I just wanted to again thank the board members for their comments on the draft EA. And you'll see that there were many comments that were addressed in the EA. So we really appreciate it. Thank you.
So maybe if we have questions from the members, we can take them. If there are specific, we have sort of an overall EA representative as well as specific traffic representatives. So if any members have any questions, please let us know and we can try to answer them. And if we can't answer them, we can take them back and answer them at a later time. So I'd like to give the board a chance to ask questions.
Okay. Thank you so much, Sherry, for this helpful presentation. Thank you, Vincent, and thank you, Greg, and PBR and AECOM for being here tonight. It's very helpful to explain our community questions. I'm going to open it up to questions from the board as well as the public. Again, just want to welcome you to raise your hand. Anne, go ahead.
Yeah, so I assume that the cost of the housing is in the appendix that you mentioned.
I believe the cost was updated, right, in the draft,
So
in
what
the
is
final
that?
EA.
What is that cost?
The current estimate is $80 million.
80 million.
No, I mean of the units.
Oh, the cost. I think the actual pricing of the units depends on what year it opens, because it's based on HUD, what they call it, AMI, annual median income, and then that establishes, because it's
So it's
affordable.
It's income driven,
Yes, it's income driven.
right? And these are rentals.
These are rentals, yes.
Okay. The last time we got a briefing, the people who came to that meeting were very clear that they could not afford to live in that housing.
Oh,
So I still have a question about that. And given that that may be a possibility, what will happen if many of those units remain vacant?
I don't think they will remain
Well,
vacant.
I hope so, but
Yes.
what happens if it does?
I think I'll have to get back to you with an answer.
Okay, because
written
what has
answer.
happened in the past is then it goes out on the market
Right.
and the price goes up. And the cheap
No,
housing issue is,
I think the
doesn't-
financing really depends on making it affordable, so it has to stay affordable.
yeah, well, right. According to the last time we were briefed, it is not.
Actually, thank you. Anne, I'm hearing you. Sherry, can you jump in and answer that question based off of when teachers don't qualify for the units, then there's going to be another group of entities?
We haven't made a finite preference list, but we are working on it. We're working towards it. So we're able to give preference to different educational workers because this housing is for educators. So likely the priority will go to teachers, and then following that, it would be education staff. So our intent is not to open this up to the public. The purpose of this project is to build housing for educators, and that is the purpose, and that's what we intend to do. Now, we can't really determine the price of the rentals yet because it depends on many factors, including financing and construction costs. And it is income driven in that the project is required to look at median incomes of 120% and below. And the plan is to provide a variety of units that go across this area medium income range. So we will follow this income recommendation list, and we will price accordingly. And of course, it has to be affordable for teachers. And I think it's in everybody's interest to be able to rent these units and have it be for educators.
Chair, I just want to take a moment of personal privilege. My question should not give people the impression I don't think this project is important. I think it's critical. It's critical for our future, and I really appreciate the work that you've done. And also to mention, this was Michelle Kidani's initiative. So appreciate it.
Thank you.
That is correct. It was brought upon by Senator Kidani.
Okay, I see that we have Board Member Sabrina Gustafson with her hand up online. Go ahead, Sabrina.
Yes, my main question was regarding the ingress and egress to the property. In the final EA, it looks like traffic signal. And I asked at the previous meeting if that was even a possibility at some point. I understand you not needing it now, but is it even possible to install 3 traffic signals as close as they would be together?
Thank you for the questions. In general, there's no code required the spacing between the intersection, signal line intersections. The rule of thumb is about 1/4 miles, between the Kamehameha Highway that to the Aniana, that this intersection is exactly about 1/4 miles. So, I mean, it all depends on the traffic volume, safety. There's so many criteria we use to decide whether that's or warranty the signal for the intersection. And based on our study, based on the traffic volume, we took the count back to September last year. And based on the count, it's not warranted based on the volume and based on all the criteria. In fact, we only have about less than 30 vehicles could turn. The criteria for that 8 hours, 4 hours criteria is typically it's about 75 to 100 something vehicles, not even 1/3.
All right, Sabrina, I'm going to move on. You keep your just put your hand up if you have additional questions, but there are other members who do have questions. I see Darsha Lee online. Board member Darsha Lee has a question. Go ahead, Darsha.
Thank you, Chair. I still did have a question about the word order choice, and I was wondering if I could just get clarification for that.
We had some audio problems on our side. Could you repeat the question, Darsha?
Oh, yes, sorry. I think last time I had brought up the question about the word order choice for this
The
project.
Hawaiian name?
Yes, for the Kumelevai Hale right now versus
I remember
Hale
you asked if
Kumelevai.
it was possible to change. I think based on the recommendations of our source who created the name, it is remaining Kumelevai Hale, but that input was brought back to our team. So thank you for that.
Is it possible just for them to like send me something kind of explaining the reasoning for that?
Sure.
Thank you so much.
Further questions, members of the board, members of the public? Dennis, go ahead.
I had a follow-up question on the property. You're going to fence off the property, but you rerouted the parking structure around some of the athletic fields to the new area, right? So why not open up a gate or somehow have a gate from that property so they can use the Anania and Mehiula Parkway intersection?
I don't know if I can answer this accurately, but my understanding is because there's another project that's going to be in between the housing project and the rest of the athletic fields, the only vehicular access would be to go around. So it doesn't seem possible that it could simply be a gate or something. So that's why it goes around to access the proposed parking location.
Okay, but the other part is, so you have the project all fenced off. Why not in the parking structure on the new building have a gate or something like that where those traffic, the cars can come out into what is now the parking structure and go through the stoplight system at Anania and Mehiula Parkway?
I think I understand what you're referring to, having the cars be able to access Anania Drive and that traffic.
As opposed to going in and out on Mehiula Parkway, yeah.
So that's a continuing conversation we're having with all the stakeholders, including DOE. We're trying to see if we can come up with a resolution on that. But as I mentioned, it's a balance of trying to keep the housing project sort of on its own, balancing that with the safety and how it might affect school operations. So there's a lot of factors to consider, but we are trying and continuing to try to see if we can work out the best solution that's going to be appropriate for everyone. But thank you for that suggestion. Thank you.
Members of the board, members of the public, are there any other questions for the SFA, PBR, or AECOM tonight? Please raise your hand. Sorry, I'm checking the chat. Really? Wow, you guys, these presentations take an hour. Are you sure? Okay. I'll bring, I guess I'll make a clarifying point. If you could bring back up the map, Braxton, that would be great. So thank you. First off, thank you, Sherry. Thank you to the team at PBR. Thank you, AECOM, for coming tonight. Much appreciated. We really wanted the planners to explain the plan, right? And the EIS. So, I mean, as an urban planner, I have a bias on that. But, you know, our board has had ongoing conversations about the concerns of the egress and the ingress on Meheula Parkway, especially at that uncontrolled intersection. So what Dennis was referring to. You know, thank you for doing a TIAR to look at the traffic. I understand that because there's no existing residents, right? We're not going to see added traffic now. Possibly after they move in 2029, we'll see some, right? But for now, it's status quo with current traffic levels. It is a concern. I've heard this not just from our board. I've had community members approach me at various events regarding that ingress and egress, especially if there is a left turn. So thank you for bringing that up earlier in the presentation, Sherry, especially. So when we're thinking of this project onto Meheula and turning left across the street from the Church of Latter-day Saints, while those people are turning left as well, and they're turning right out of their church, as well as there's a U-turn point for Southwest Mililani, the Safeway side, air quotes, to use that uncontrolled intersection to use the United States Postal Office. So there is a very present concern from the board and the Mililani community generally that this needs to be addressed. So we know that this is going to be a work in progress, right? Sherry, to the SFA, thank you for listening for that. Thank you for relaying those Mililani community concerns and this board's concerns to the appropriate decision makers, especially the Department of Education. We understand that here at Mililani High School, this is DOE property. We understand that this is a pilot project that no one's ever done before, where the SFA is going to leverage and use state DOE property to build this project. And so I hope as this conversation continues between now, 2027 when we start construction, and 2029 when people move in, that we can resolve this left turn issue at Meheula. One idea I sent to Greg, it was because I attended a Mililani community event where many Mililani community members thought of exactly what Dennis brought up. Can we use the left turn at Meheula Parkway and Anania? That's the lower campus, existing lower campus ingress and egress to get to the gym and etc. Okay, that entrance point. So to use that as a left turn coming out of the teacher project area. Okay, so I want to make it very clear to the board that the SFA is trying. They really relayed this, and Mililani community members have relayed this as well. And there seems to be just some clarity that needs to happen. Perhaps the Department of Education can look further into it. And what I would recommend to this board for potential future action is, if this is a concern to have this left turn, not at the current ingress and egress onto Meheula Parkway down by the post office, but to potentially recommend the left turn out of this project to use Anania and Meheula. For this neighborhood board and on behalf of our community, I would like to recommend for your consideration, members, and we don't have to act on this now, and feel free to talk to me about it. I think we should consider a resolution, formal action on that. We already have decided as a board, we strongly support this affordable workforce housing project. We have made that policy statement, but perhaps if we as a board organize and pursue a resolution in future meetings, encouraging the State School Facilities Authority and the State Department of Education to consider a left turn for Mililani workforce housing residents departing out of the Mililani High School project area onto Anania and Mehula intersection at that with controlled signals. That might alleviate future community concern, and potentially the state could work on that if we make it formal. Okay, so I just wanted to put that out there for transparency and public consideration. We don't have a resolution tonight, members. This is just for discussion and consideration for future action. So I would like to just share that for all of you. At this point, I'm open to closing unless anyone else has a question to raise their hand. Okay, seeing none. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much.
Okay, it is 8:30. We're going to go back into annual business and board business. This is going to require some votes. So we're going to just make sure that our agenda items are going to be current for future meetings. I will move that the meeting date, time, and location and format will be a virtual component and hybrid component of this Mililani-Waipi'o-Melemanu Neighborhood Board number 25 to meet on the fourth Wednesday of the month, 7 p.m. Mililani High School with a virtual component. Is there a second? Seconded by Freed. Any discussion, members? Please raise your hand. Okay, seeing and hearing none. Braxton for the vote.
Roll call vote for the meeting date, time, and location for the Mililani Board number 25, or Mililani Neighborhood Board. Starting off with, please say aye, no, or abstain when I call your name. Rana. Oh, thank you, Rana. Catherine Ozawa.
Aye.
Thank you. Carmody.
Aye.
Thank you. Inouye.
Aye.
Thank you. Flores.
Aye.
Thank you. Freed. Thank you. Gustafson.
Aye.
Thank you. Ka'anehe.
Aye.
Thank you. Ka'apanaaki. Okay, not here. Kim.
Aye.
Thank you. Kupuka'a. Thank you. Darsha Lee.
Aye.
Thank you. Marilyn Lee. Thank you. Nagamine.
Aye.
Thank you. Alex Ozawa. Thank you. Park.
Aye.
Thank you. Ross.
Aye.
Thank you. Segura.
Aye.
Thank you. Smart. Thank you. Emo. Thank you. Kennard.
Aye.
Thank you. Williams.
Aye.
Thank you. Bass.
Aye.
Thank you. All right. With 22 ayes, 0 noes, and 0 abstains, the motion is passed.
Thank you,
Sorry,
members.
it's Panaki. I'm sorry, I didn't realize I was muted. Aye. Just for the record.
Okay.
Thank you, Karumi.
With that update, it is 23 ayes, 0 noes, and 0 abstains.
Fabulous. It was unanimous. Okay, next up, members. I would like to move that our board, okay, before I get into this, we had one recess this year, and as chair, I just got to tell you, it's really difficult to be a chair with only one recess. Things get, you're pretty busy. So I would like to move that this board is allotted 3 recesses for the term year from July 1st, 2026 to June 30, 2027, proposed as follows. Wednesday, August 26th, 2026, Wednesday, December 23rd, 2026, Wednesday, April 28th, 2027. Members, thinking about previous board meetings where we've wrestled with these dates, I did take the liberty to make sure that there are no state holidays on those Wednesdays or national holidays, so they should be fine. Is there a second to this motion? Seconded by Kim. Members, is there any discussion? Please raise your hand. Emil.
I have a question about the 3 recesses.
Yes.
I mean, because it's like quarter of the year will be recess for our neighborhood board. So it's a lot, in my opinion. I mean, 2 will be enough. That's what I think. I yield.
Yes. Thank you. For clarity, we are allotted a total of 3 in the neighborhood plan. Previously, our board has taken 3 recesses. Typically, historically, it has been 1 in the summer, 1 in the winter. So that was the debate between November and December, and 1 in the spring. So I'm just bringing that back since that was our previous schedule, if you will. And previously, we actually recessed July's. If you recall, there was great debate on that since we have to reset the board on July. So I'm moving that July recess to August. And just bringing back April, since we typically have either March or April recess and then just the winter. But thank you for your question. Are there any other questions from members in discussion? Okay. Seeing and hearing none, Braxton for the vote.
I have my hand up, Danielle.
Oh, sorry, Sabrina, I didn't see that. Okay, yes, go ahead.
First of all, I am with Emil on this. We are elected officials, and I think with the agendas that we've had this past year and how packed they were, if we get rid of 2 meetings, our meetings are going to start running to 9:30, 10 o'clock because we have so many people that want to make presentations. The more meetings we have and the more opportunities we give people to come and make presentations, the shorter our meetings will be and the more efficient we'll be in our discussions. Additionally, if we recess in August, then we're not even going to have committee selections until September. So that seems like it's a delay of board business unless we can do committee selections tonight, to delay it a month and go just because we don't want to have a meeting. So I would say if you want to have 2 recesses, 2 would be the most. 3 seems unreasonable and unacceptable for elected officials. I mean, that's only affording our constituents a limited opportunity to come and make presentations to us. That's it.
Appreciate that. Okay. Yes, Marilyn, go ahead.
Thanks, Madam Chair. I agree. I don't agree with 3 recesses. I would, think 2 are sufficient.
Okay.
And I think it does take away from our service to the community.
Okay. Further discussion, members? Okay, hearing that, Kate, I see your hand up. Go ahead, Kate.
I just wanted to speak in favor of keeping the 3 recesses. And if we have to do 2, I would love April and whichever month we do for winter. That's all.
Okay. Members, after listening to the discussion, I'm open to amending this motion to delete the August recess and as an amendment. So therefore, we would only have, the board is allotted 2 recesses within the term year. And I'll strike through sub item 1, and our only 2 recesses would be December 23rd and April 28th. That is my motion of amendment. Is there a second?
Second.
Okay, any discussion on the amendment? Mary, go ahead.
Yeah, so explain to me, so during the during the year, there's how many that you can miss? There's something like 3, but is that for the 2 years or is 3 for each 1 year?
That's your question is about absences for board members. It's 3 total.
For
the year. Yeah, for the term.
Thank you.
Yep. Is there any further discussion on the amendment? Okay. Seeing and hearing none, we're going to close discussion on the amendment. Braxton for the vote.
All right. Roll call vote for the board recess schedule, the two dates being December 23rd and April 28th. When I call your name, please say aye, no, or abstain. Starting off with Rana. Abstain. Thank you. Catherine Ozawa.
Aye.
Sorry, what was that?
Aye.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. Carmody.
Aye.
Thank you. Inouye. Aye. Thank you. Flores.
Aye.
Thank you. Freed. Thank you. Gustafson.
Aye.
Thank you. Kaanehe.
Aye.
Thank you. Kaapanaaki.
Aye.
Thank you. Kim. Thank you. Kupuka'a. Thank you. Darshali.
Aye.
Thank you. Marilyn Lee. Thank you. Nagamine.
Aye.
Thank you. Alex Ozawa. Thank you. Park.
Aye.
Thank you. Ross.
Aye.
Thank you. Segura.
Abstain.
Thank you. Smart. Thank you. Emo. Thank you. Kennard.
Aye.
Thank you. Williams.
Aye.
Thank you. Bass.
Aye.
Thank you. All right. With 20 ayes, 0 noes, and 3 abstains, the motion has been adopted.
Okay, so for the record, our board will meet for 2 recesses. Well, our board will have 2 recesses for the term year, July 1st to June 30th, 2027. And those recesses will be Wednesday, December 23rd, 2026, as well as Wednesday, April 28th, 2027. Thank you, members. Okay, moving on, we're going to adopt oral testimony rules. I would like to move that public comments are presently limited to 3 minutes. Presentations time allotted will be made by mutual agreement between the presenter and the chair. Is there a second? Seconded by Freed. Discussion, members? Please raise your hand. Anne, go ahead.
I just think that's too short. I mean, it just reminds me when we go down to the legislature to testify on complex issues. And I mean, how does that even get processed in 3 minutes? I really think it's too, even 5 minutes is short, but I think 5 minutes would be better than 3.
Understood. Any further discussion? Looking at hands, seeing none. Okay, to answer, good point, Anne. I hear you. For the record, I do actually allow many of the presenters to go beyond their 3 minutes. But in the case where we have 150 people like we did for that first SFA meeting, it's a good rule to have. So the flexibility would be helpful for the chair to just. I think that would become down the discretion of the chair. Yeah. Since I've already allowed the flexibility. Okay, seeing no further discussion, Braxton for the vote.
All right. Roll call vote for the adoption of oral testimony rules. Please say aye, no, or abstain when I call your name. Starting off with Rana. Thank you, Rana. Catherine Ozawa.
Aye.
Thank you. Carmody.
Aye.
Thank you. Inouye.
Aye.
Thank you. Flores.
Aye.
Thank you. Freed. Thank you. Gustafson.
Aye.
Thank you. Ka'anehe.
Aye.
Thank you. Ka'apana-Aki.
Aye.
Thank you. Kim. Thank you. Kupuka'a. Thank you. Darsha Lee.
Aye.
Thank you. Marilyn Lee. Thank you. Nagamine.
Aye.
Thank you. Alex Ozawa. Thank you. Park.
Aye.
Thank you. Ross.
Aye.
Thank you. Segura.
Aye.
Thank you. Smart. Thank you. Emo.
Aye.
Thank you. Kennard.
Aye.
Thank you. Williams.
Aye.
Thank you. Bass.
Aye.
Thank you. With 23 ayes, 0 noes, and 0 abstains, the the oral testimony rules have been adopted.
Great. Okay, so we're gonna keep on going and chugging along the rules for the board. This happens every July now. Okay, members, I'm gonna make a motion for the creation of board and committee chairs. The chair may establish committees and appoint members from the term year July 1, 2026 and June 30, 2027. My recommendation for committees are 1, community partnerships and community outreach. 2, community recognition and service awards. 3, community maintenance and walk audit. That includes the walk form. 4, planning, zoning, sustainable development and climate resilience. 5, transportation and Oahu Metropolitan Planning Organization. 6, military affairs and emergency management. 7, health, houselessness and human services. 8, parks and recreation. 9, education. Just as a point of clarification, this is just for the creation of committees. The discretion is, we will be voting on the committees only. The discretion to appoint members and chairs of the committees will be the chair's discretion of the board and will follow this meeting. Okay, as always done in all meetings. Is there a second to the motion? Seconded by Freed. Discussion. Please raise your hand. Okay. Seeing and hearing none, Braxton for the vote.
Roll call vote for the creation of board and committee chairs. Board, committees, and chairs. Please say aye, no, or abstain when I call your name. Starting off with Rana.
Yeah, mine is on. Okay.
Thank you, Ron. Thank you. Catherine Ozawa.
Aye.
Thank you. Carmody.
Aye.
Thank you. Inouye.
Aye.
Thank you. Flores.
Aye.
Thank you. Freed. Thank you. Gustafson.
Aye.
Thank you. Ka'anehe.
Aye.
Thank you. Ka'apana-Aki.
Aye.
Thank you. Kim. Thank you. Kupuka'a. Thank you. Darsha Lee.
Aye.
Thank you. Marilyn Lee. Thank you. Nagamine.
Aye.
Thank you. Ozawa or Alex Ozawa. Thank you. Park.
Aye.
Thank you. Ross.
Aye.
Thank you. Segura.
Aye.
Thank you. Smart. Thank you. Emo. Thank you. Kennard.
Aye.
Sorry, Kennard, could you repeat that?
Sorry. Aye.
Thank you. Williams?
Aye.
Thank you. Bass?
Aye.
Thank you. All right, with 23 ayes, 0 noes, and 0 abstains, the motion has been adopted.
All right, thank you, members. Last but not least, I'd like to recognize our secretary for the approval of meeting minutes for Wednesday, June 24.
The meeting minutes were sent out with this agenda. I've received no requests for corrections. If I don't see anybody that has a correction on the floor, I move to approve as they stand.
Okay. All right, are there any corrections for the meeting minutes, members? Okay, seeing that there are no corrections, the meetings pass by affirmation. Okay. Next up, it is 8:50. We're going to go into community concerns. At this point in time, are there any individuals who would like to report of any events or concerns within the community to the neighborhood board? Please raise your hand. Yes, ma'am. Please introduce yourself for the record and go ahead.
Aloha, my name is Nani Brown, and I am here to announce there is a community meeting Friday, August 28th at Whitmore Village Community Center regarding the Wahiawa pedestrian bridge. It will be a state Department of Transportation and community meeting, and I am calling on our Mililani Ohana to stand with us in solidarity. And one more thing to note is that myself, as a member of the Hawaiian Civic Club, was able to tour the site on May 18th, and grading had been done. And as of yesterday, we pulled the permit, and the permit was not issued until July 8th. So they were clearly doing work 2 months before the permit. And that is it. But please join us August 28th, 6 p.m., Whitmore Community Gym. Mahalo.
Thank you. Are there any other individuals present who would like to report of any events or concerns within the community at this time? Please raise your hand. Yes, ma'am. Please state your name for the record and share your concern and event.
Hi, Rhonda from the community. I was driving down Cam Highway towards Waipio, off of Waipio, across from the Maxi Pink, Pat's Central Park, onto, down towards the, Waikele. So anyway, when are the potholes in the roads going to be redone? Because they are really bad shape. My car has just had like $8,000 worth of maintenance done on it. And a lot of it has to do with realignments and stuff like that. So we've put up with a lot, and I think that needs to be addressed. Thank you.
That's a great question for the state's representative for the governor's office. So we'll bring that up at the appropriate time. Thank you so much, Rhonda. Are there any further individuals who would like to report of any events or concerns within the community? Darsha, I see your hand is raised. Go ahead.
Just would like to share with the community that there will be an event at the Kmart Takai Veterans Memorial Aquatic Center on August 8th. It's an event to support the renewal of VMAC, support cancer resources in Hawaii, and support Swim Across America. It's going to be August 8th from 9 a.m. to 12 p.m. and I'll put the link in the chat.
Thank you so much, Darsha. Okay, last call. Is there any other individual who would like to report of any events or concerns within the community that's at this time? Please raise your hand. Seeing none, thank you so much for sharing these opinions. And I see the state is already working on it. We're going to move on to elected official reports. It is 8:53. First up, Congressman Case's office. I don't see Nestor here present. Is he online? I don't see him. We're going to move on to Tony Schwartz, who is here for Governor Green's report. Welcome, Tony.
Good evening, Chair, members of the board. I don't have a huge update because I know we're running a little bit late, but I did want to answer a question from board member Skylar Ross from last time. It had to do with lithium ion batteries, and I gave you all a flyer that is from the DOH webpage. I guess if I understood the question right, and he can correct me if I'm wrong, that there was talk about transportation of the lithium ion batteries out of Hawaii, and asked how DOH and the DEM were handling the collection and if any contracts were initiated to get them out of the state. So I did talk to the Department of Health. They gave me that flyer that you guys see now. Granted, like for clarity, it was last updated in September 2025. So some of the sites might not be accurate, but I did do a check of quite a few of them and they seem good. If you want to check a site before you go, that's probably highly advised. So they did let me know Hawaii does not have a single statewide universal contract to ship disposed of lithium ion batteries to the mainland, but rather they manage them via individual county e-waste and hazardous waste contractors and private recyclers. And according to the city's webpage, standalone rechargeable and single-use lithium and lithium ion NIMH and NICD can be taken to city convenience centers or transfer stations, and the batteries should have their terminals taped and placed in clear plastic bags. Now, if the question is specific to lithium, I cannot say that for some reason, lithium ion battery power walls or electric vehicles, they suggest you contact your supplier, dealership, or manufacturer, as they understand that there are shipping options that are being developed and that multiple dealerships have been able to ship electric vehicle batteries off island. And the DOH itself is not an operator of solid waste facilities or a retailer and does not collect the batteries themselves or other waste. And it's not initiating contracts to do so at this time. The flyer does let you know of some of these local areas that can collect these batteries, and then they dispose of them properly, but they do caution that you don't throw them in the trash. They can cause a safety issue, fire hazard, and they're toxic. So with that, if online you don't have a copy of the flyer, you can find it at health.hawaii.gov/HEER. It's their environmental health fact sheet on there, and they've got quite a few fact sheets actually about these batteries. And with that, I'm open for questions.
Thank you so much, Tony. I see Anne has her hand up, followed by Emil. Go ahead, Anne.
So on the second page, it has Oahu drop off and pickup locations. It's like the standard. So does that mean we can bring e-waste to those?
Yeah, pretty much. You might want to call ahead just to see what kinds of e-waste they take, because some take certain things, some don't. But for the most part, computer batteries, other types of yeah.
Okay.
E-waste.
Emil, go ahead.
I have a question about the third page on Oahu drop-off. There is a charge, $10 per pound. So if you bring the batteries, they weigh it and they tell you how much you pay for dropping it off. Also, one is on Big Island.
In this Big Island, you said? Yeah, I don't have all the information on these drop-off locations. I'm assuming that if they list that they're probably a for-profit agency and they're not a county agency. It's best to just check each location and see what they're offering, what they will take, and then if there's a charge for it.
Okay. Okay.
Most locations aren't going to charge though.
Okay. I see board member Skylar Ross has his hand up online. Go ahead, Skylar.
Aloha. I was just wondering, so I understand that single alkaline batteries can be put into our landfills, but what are we doing with the lithium ion batteries, rechargeable batteries, and things like that? I understand that this is where on the e-Opala and the e-waste, these are all the different places that the city and county and the different islands are collecting them, but how are we removing them from the state? Sorry, I didn't clarify that question very well, because I know that the Department of Health with DER is collecting them, but how are we getting them out of the state? That was my question.
So I did ask them about that because I had a feeling that might have been what you were getting at. They're talking to the branch that handles this, but for the most part, there is an issue with shipping anything off island, especially something that's hazardous like this. So there is a method that's being used by some of the local, I want to say retailers, but it's not retailers, that it's basically putting it in a salt solution to, I don't know the technical terms for it, but to basically neutralize them. And then they do the proper disposal. I don't know what that entails, but people with smarter brains than mine know what they're doing. And I will definitely ask them about it again.
Don't say that.
Oh, please. I don't know anything about this stuff.
I just wanted to know, because it seemed as if with the mass increase of this lithium ion batteries, has the increase of this shipment increased, or are we stockpiling a lot of them here because the increase has not been shipping them out? That was the question that we had. Are we stockpiling them here because we have not had a process of increasing that contract to ship more of them to the mainland for this processing?
Okay, I'll ask about it.
Okay, are there any further questions for the governor's office? Anne?
Yeah, so Skylar's bringing it up to me. I mean, Sam Lee ran and won on the fact that there was toxicity in our water based on what Castle and Cook had not done with pesticides and the like. So I'm given Red Hill and all that's going on, because Skylar's bringing up a concern is this stuff from the batteries leaching into our water? And what guarantees do we have that that's not happening or is being mitigated?
Okay. Further questions, members and members of the public, please raise your hand. Seeing none, thank you so much, Tony. Okay, next up, we have Jocelyn Doan, who's online representing Mayor Rick Blangiardi's report tonight. Welcome, Jocelyn.
Aloha, everybody. Sorry, I'm calling from my car. Hope you are all doing well. We just have a few announcements. The mayor's office and our administration are working on efforts to strengthen our community disaster preparedness. So we've been, all over cabinet has been having various meetings about how to prepare for hurricane season and to be better prepared for other sorts of disasters. So we just wanted to share a little bit about that. I think the last time we met, I jumped the gun and shared that we had a Honolulu Zoo director. And so that's one of Mayor just wanted us to mention that to all the neighborhood boards this month. Our current new zoo director used to be the Smithsonian National Zoo director. So we're super excited about that. We have had a leadership change in the managing director's office recently. Our managing director, Mike Formby, has left, and Krishna Jairam, who was our deputy managing director, is now the managing director. And Ian Schroyer is now the deputy managing director. Other than that, we didn't have any new concerns from last month. We continue to stay in communication with the Department of Transportation on the school zone issue. So maybe next month I'll see where we're at in terms of the Kipapa Elementary request. I'll see if the order has changed at all. So I'll try to provide an update on that next month. But yeah, that's it for me. Thank you.
Thank you, Jocelyn. Members of the board, members of the public, are there any questions for the mayor's representative tonight? Please raise your hand. I see Josie has her hand up online. Go ahead, Josie.
Hi, I have a question. Just got done discussing the gondola on Kaukunoho Road, but I noticed in Laie, they're going to build on Malai Kahana Falls Trail, a zip line and bike trail top of the mountain, clearing it. And they plan to have, this is paid you have to pay to go there. And they're expecting 1,000 visitors a day. So I'd like to know who gave them the permit to do this. I mean, on our natural resources on the top of the mountain. So if you could get back to me, please.
Yeah, I'm super unfamiliar with the project, but I will absolutely check on that. Thank you.
I'm seeing it all over social media, how everybody's upset about it. I mean, this pristine area has been torn away and they're gonna charge. Thousands of people expect it every day. Another tourist trap. And I think that's too much already. Thank you.
Absolutely. Thank you.
Okay, I see Darsha, Board Member Darsha Lee has her hand up. Go ahead, Darsha.
Hi, thank you, Chair. I had a question about the Kokua Command Center. I was wondering if that's a place that people, like if there's an online source that they can go to access services there, if they should still be going through like the outreach workers in their area, or how that works, if like it's just a place to have everything together, or if that's where you're thinking people should be going to access services. Thank you.
Sorry, you said the Kokua. I'm sorry, I'm not familiar with the Kokua Command Center. Are you referring to the Wailua pop-up community outreach center? Sorry, I might need a little bit more information.
No, it's the Kokua Command Center. I think they have been talking about it as a city and county initiative to help centralize houselessness resources.
I will follow up on that. I haven't heard of that name of what you're referring to, but I will follow up so that I can report back next month.
Great, thank you, Jocelyn. Members of the board, members of the public, are there any additional questions for the mayor's office tonight? Please raise your hand. Okay, seeing none, thank you so much, Jocelyn.
Thank you.
See you next
Aloha.
month. Okay, next up, we have Aaron online for Councilmember Okimoto's office. Over to you, Aaron.
Hi, good evening and congratulations, Chair, Vice Chair, members of the board, and members of the public. I'm Aaron with the Office of Councilmember Okimoto. Next full council meeting is August 12th, and the upcoming committee meetings are on August 25th through the 30th. Bills of note the council is considering. Bill 41 looks to conform the state and city laws for electric bicycles, electric micromobility devices, and other transportation, just to strengthen consistency between state and county law. Bill 46 would increase the real property tax exemption for homeowners 65 and older from 180,000 to 200,000 beginning 2029. Bill 47 looks to cut the vehicle weight tax by 1.5 cents per pound. Currently, residents are paying 7 cents per pound. And Bill 67 would limit the amount property tax values can be assessed to 2% or the rate of inflation, whichever is lower. DTS will be extending the existing shoulder parking lane on the northern side of Anaiya Drive and Anaiya Place. And this week, our office was able to get 3 abandoned derelict cars cited and removed. 2 were on Okuala Street and 1 was on Kehlani Avenue. With that, I can take any questions back.
Thank you so much, Aaron. Members of the board, members of the public, are there any questions for Aaron at Councilmember Okimoto's office? Please raise your hand. I'm seeing none. Thank you so much, Aaron, for your report.
Thank you. You have a good evening.
Okay, next up, we have Kelly Anaya online representing Councilmember Wire's office. Welcome, Kelly.
Aloha Chair, members of the board, Kelly Anaya from Councilmember Wire's office. Not really much to report. I already mentioned some of the budget wins for the district. So Councilmember is happy with some of the investments the investments he has secured for the community, and he's encouraged by the progress that's being made. However, he is appalled that the council voted to override the mayor's line item vetoes, which eliminates 15 positions with the Office of Economic and Revitalization, or OER. OER is going to be left with 6 staff members, and they're going to be ceasing operations by September 30th. Councilmember wants to thank the OER team, who, as you may know, spent countless hours working with flood victims earlier this year, supporting small businesses, farmers, and the vulnerable community members. Yeah, so he hopes that we can return to the values that we seem to have forgotten, and we should put people over politics. That being said, I do want to give a shout out to OER, who is hosting a community career fair happening tomorrow at Lelehua High School. It's going to be from 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. And I'll leave the contact information if anybody is interested in the chat. Also, not sure if you heard, but the Mount Ka'ala Gondola Project, DPP, has issued a reconsideration of the Mount Ka'ala Gondola Project's 2019 conditional use permit. That proposed gondola is not considered an accessory to agricultural activity. So Councilmember would like to thank the community members who worked hard to protect this sacred place, as well as the Mililani-Waipi'o Neighborhood Board for standing with the North Shore Neighborhood Board. And that's it for me. If anyone has any questions for Councilmember, I can take them back.
Mahalo, Kelly. Members of the board, members of the public, are there any questions for Councilmember Wires' office this evening? Please raise your hand. Okay, seeing and hearing none. Thank you so much, Kelly.
Thank you.
All right. Next up, we don't have a legislator representing the Office of State Senate District 18, so there is no report. However, members of the community, if you happen to reside there, the staff of Senator Kidani is still employed at that office, and so they are able to take your constituent concerns and are at their office to answer phone calls. Okay. Next up, we have the office of Senator Donovan Dela Cruz, Senate District 17. I see Charles is online. Go ahead, Charles.
Good afternoon, Chair, Vice Chair, board members. Charles Miller from Senator Dela Cruz's office. I will keep it pretty brief. I just want to highlight one thing that happened with Hawaii State Department of Education. They launched the Hawaii State Community School for Adults, creating a single statewide adult education system, which went into effect on Monday, July 20th. This school combines the McKinley Community School for Adults and the Waipahu Community School for Adults to a statewide organization serving learners through 10 campuses across Hawaii. This will continue with adult basic education, high school equivalency preparation, English language learning, workforce development, and career pathway programs. And then just an update on the Kipapa Elementary raised crosswalk. We got an update from DOT that it's currently 10th on the design list. And that was updated last Thursday. And I'm happy to take any questions or concerns back to Senator's office. Thank you.
Okay, members of the board, members of the public, are there any questions for Charles from Senator Dela Cruz's office? Please raise your hand. Seeing none, Chair has a question. Charles, the raised crosswalk you referred to about the DOT design, is that in relation to the Kipapa Elementary School concern?
Yeah. It's on the city's list for design. Yeah, it's currently 10th.
Okay.
So
Okay.
I think it moved up 6 spots from last month.
So do you happen to know the status?
Yeah, so it's just currently waiting to be designed by city and county still. It's still on the 10th on the wait list.
Oh, it moved up. Okay, so it's 10th.
Yeah,
Last
yeah.
month it was 14. Okay.
Yeah.
Exciting. It's like a countdown. Okay. Thank you so much,
Exactly.
Charles. Any further questions from members? Seeing none? Thank you, Charles. We're going to move on to Representative Matsumoto's office. Thank you for staying and being here tonight.
All right. Aloha Chair, board members, and community members. My name is Amanda Newman, and I am here on behalf of Representative Matsumoto, and she sends her apologies for not being here. She was here just for a little while we honored Senator Kandani, but she's been traveling for 17 hours since yesterday because she's been attending several legislative and government affairs conferences. She's been away the past 2 months. Coming back for like maybe 2 weeks at a time. But while she's there, she's been meeting with policymakers and community leaders to bring back ideas and solutions that can benefit our community. While she was here, she was pleased to support Kipapa School's distribution drive. And that was helping provide school supplies and resources to local students and families as they prepare for the new school year. That's pretty much it for my report, but I'm here to take any questions for the representative. And as always, we love to assist the constituents with state-related concerns and connect residents with the appropriate resources. So that's all that I have. Is there any questions?
Thank you, Amanda. Members of the board, members of the public, are there any questions for Amanda, Representative Matsumoto's office tonight? Please raise your hand. Yes. You do, for the record. Yep. So you guys got to share the mic.
Okay, sounds good.
So state your name for the record, ask your question, and then Amanda can answer it.
Okay, Rhonda from the community. And again, when are you going to fix the roads? Cam Highway from at least Kauka through to Waikele to the turn. Thank you.
I'll take down that question and then contact city and county. That's usually the route that we take, but you can feel free to, I'll give you a business card to call us or email us with your specific situation, and I can send that to city and county on your behalf.
Actually, Amanda, I think she's talking about Kamehameha Highway, a state road. Yeah, not city and county.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Talking about KM Highway, that whole road going down and coming up is just pothole heaven.
Okay.
It's not heaven. Okay,
No.
thanks.
Yes. Okay. I will take down those notes and look into that for you. Okay. All right.
Are there any further questions for Amanda from Representative Matsumoto's office? Please raise your hand. Seeing none, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Okay. Next up, we have TOSA representing Office of Representative Trish LaChica online. Over to you, TOSA. Welcome.
Aloha Chair, members of the board, congratulations on your nomination to the start of the new year, and members of the community. Tosa Lovendon here to provide updates on behalf of Representative LaChica, who apologizes she can't be here tonight. She is currently attending NCEL and NAPOXL conferences in Chicago, so she's out traveling right now. However, I'm here, so I will do it real brief. In July, our office continues to work on behalf of District 37 community through legislative follow-up, community engagement, and constituent outreach, such as getting the grass cut along the H2 freeway, which has been consistently growing into many of the kupuna housing that live along that area. So we've been able to work with DOT to get the grass cut, which was a really big improvement for them. Super thankful that they were able to do that, as well as working in collaboration with city and county on upcoming raised crosswalk on Nani-Lihi Street. Super excited for that, as well as the upcoming thatching of the areas in front of Hampton Court. So we had a lot of constituent complaints about parking too close to the entrances and exits. And so just getting that area marked properly so that they can exit and enter safely. Bill signings have also been taking place. Representative LaChica was proud to see several key measures from the 2026 legislative session signed into law in July, including SB 3001, now Act 248, which was signed on the 14th, which establishes safeguards for artificial intelligence and protections for our keiki. I've been talking about this a lot, as well as Natalie's Law, HB 1888, now Act 234, which was signed on the 13th, which strengthens protection for educators, school communities, and educational workers. During the month, Representative also participated in community events. Many have already talked about the Kapapa School Supply Drive, which was really fun, and continued efforts to address district concerns, including the ongoing coordination and repairs at Mililani Cemetery Road and the graveling of the MTA bridge path in time for the start of the school year. We're fingers crossed that will happen. She also took part in learning opportunities focused on educational innovation and future economic opportunities, including the visit of Bar Model in California. It is a school that does teacher-to-teacher learning, so it's pretty cool to see that method. Hopefully, we'll be able to bring some of those pieces back for the upcoming legislative session, as well as exploring the blue economy in Washington to bring back ideas that can benefit Hawaii schools, workforce, and communities. She also got a chance to be a panelist at the Climate Policy and Our Future event at Punahou a few weeks ago, which brought together students across the state to speak with representatives and senators about climate policy. Last week, she was a guest speaker alongside Nainoa Thompson, navigator of the Hokulea, at the 3rd Annual Charter School Summit, and she was able to attend the Alternative Learning Summit Showcase, which highlighted the ALPS program and student successes in business and media. With that said, our office remains grateful for partnership and feedback from residents and looks forward to continue serving. We will be hosting an array of events in the upcoming months and invite you to sign on to be a District 37 community contributor. Our first event will be happening in August and will be a graffiti cleanup along Cam Highway, Waipi'o-Uka, and Moani'ani Street with HPD and MOCA. We have not finalized the flyer, but when we do, we will send that to the board. For more information, please do not hesitate to reach out to us at replachika@capital.hawaii.gov or our office line. We will have all supplies and invite you to come on down and have a fun time with us. That is it for me, and I'm willing to take back any questions.
Thank you, Tosa. Wow, what a report. I'm going to just cut to the chase because Rhonda's come up twice about Cam Highway, which is her concerns.
I can
as you
answer.
may- Could you please go ahead?
Yes, I can. Okay, so they are currently finishing the environmental study. That was going to run until the end of about 2026. There's a lot of different improvements that are going to be happening. Sidewalks. I know they were mentioning in the beginning a potential pedestrian bridge. So there's a lot of infrastructure that needs to be updated within that whole area. But the environmental study just finished. They were doing the design and planning phase, and construction should be starting at the end of 2028. I know that's not ideal, but especially with everything that has been happening with the Kona lows, I'm hoping that timeline will stay the same. But from what we got, I believe December of last year, that was the timeline.
Okay, just so that we're all clear, because some of us are confused listening to you. So you're talking about planning, design, construction. This is for a total resurfacing for the area, or because I think Rhonda's question was about potholes specifically from Cam Highway from Mililani to Waipi'o and into Waikele, the whole thing. So what could you clarify your answer?
That would be Cam Highway from the top all the way down to what is the Lumiaina?
Yep, in
Yeah,
Waikele.
yeah. So that would be the entire Cam Highway stripping, but I'm not quite sure about any of the sub streets. That one. However, if it is a pothole, we are asking please send our office a picture of the pothole, the location, and then we can get it filled as soon as possible because it is DOT and it is state. We do have jurisdiction in that area. But if it is a side street on any one of those branching, that would be city that would have to fill those potholes. But we can still take it. We'll still take it all. But as of what I was told in December, that is the timeline for the resurfacing, fixing of the potholes and everything going down Cam Highway.
Okay, so thank you, Rhonda, for the pothole questions. Why don't you send that to resurface? Yeah, so there's two. You brought up some potholes earlier. Is full of potholes, and there is a project underway for resurfacing, is what Tosa just reported.
But any specific potholes, just please reach out to our office now. We can get that action. We can get that sent in. If you send it to me tonight, I can get it sent in tomorrow.
Thank you, Tosa. Just a friendly reminder, follow-up question on the resurfacing. When will that actually occur?
The resurfacing was planned to start in mid 2028 and be finished by 2029 based on that report. But I'm going to send that report to you also. I will. It was a Department of Transportation. It was at a neighbor a talk story event that she had that they presented that. So I can send that report.
Great. Thank you. And then we'll pass it on. Great. Are there any further questions for Representative LaChica's office? Members, please raise your hand. Mary, go ahead.
Okay, thank you for taking the question about that part of the roads. It wasn't that long ago that it was resurfaced, that area. Once in a while, it's really nice for a very short time. Is there any way the quality of the asphalt can be improved, that be a little longer lasting? It falls apart way too quickly. Thank you.
Yes. Up to DOT and get you an answer on that as well.
Members of the board, members of the public, are there any further questions for Representative LaChica's office tonight? Please raise your hand. Okay, seeing none, thank you so much, Tosa. Okay, next up we have Yvonne representing Representative Amy Peruso's office. Over to you, Yvonne.
Mahalo, Chair. Aloha, Board. I just have one thing to report for tonight. It's regarding healthcare in the Central Oahu area. So the update is last Friday, Rep joined the Wahio nurses downtown at the Queens Manamana campus to share our community support for our nurses who are fighting for a fair contract since Queens bought out the Wahio General Hospital back in 2024. Because of the services that the hospital provides for many of the communities in Central Oahu, we would like to ask the neighborhood board to consider asking Queens to report on a regular basis in regard to the nurses and the promises that they made for healthcare delivery in our area. Rep thinks our community should provide more oversight and be more engaged in what they're doing. They'd originally promised in their original CON certificate of need that they were going to restore our hospital, but that has since changed and they're submitting an application for a different certificate of need. So Rep is revisiting that new con, and she still thinks that Central Oahu needs and deserves a hospital, not just an ER. And that is my report for tonight. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Yvonne. Members of the board, members of the public, are there any questions for Representative Peruso's office? Please raise your hand. Okay, seeing and hearing none, thank you for your report. Okay, folks, it is 9:24. We're going to go into the announcement section of the next board meeting. Our next board meeting is scheduled, our next regular scheduled board meeting will be held on Wednesday, August 26, 2026 at 7 p.m. at Mililani High School H building. So we won't be meeting at the cafeteria. We're back at the H building. And if you want to catch more of the Mililani-Waipi'o-Melemanu Neighborhood Board, you can watch us on Olelo Channel 49 every second Thursday at 9 a.m. and Olelo Views Channel 54 every first and third Saturday at 9 a.m. And with that, members, it is 9:25. Our meeting is adjourned.